Hello, Teaquilters. It's T with Teaquilts, and it is Saturday, June 21st, 2025. It is 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, and we're here for live chat. I am so sleepy right now. I tried going to sleep, but my body would not let me go to sleep, so I just did some resting. But I feel better than I did before resting. But we're gonna get through a chat. I don't know how long I'm gonna stay on today, supposedly 2 hours, but we shall see. I haven't done any additional work on my pinwheels. I don't even know. I think last time I sewed, and I sewed everything that I had, I think, but I didn't press the final units. I think that's where we left off. Yeah, because these haven't been pressed, so I haven't worked on these anymore. But I have a whole lot more that I need to sew. I think, I can't remember now, it was like 8 times 4, so I need like 32 more, but I know I got more than 32 half square triangles here. But, you know, we shall see what we come up with. And I don't have to like finish them. It's not like I need this project right away, so it's okay. I just need to get it done so I can finish a project. So we have Sue GSD here. Hello, tea and quilting family. 3.5 or 4 days until retreat 2025. Depending on how you count. Please send good thoughts to T because I know she is working her fingers to the bone for us. Yes, I am exhausted. I ended up getting a sinus headache at like 1 o'clock Thursday. I had a guild meeting that evening. I couldn't even go to the guild meeting because it had the resemblance of being like a migraine. And I had to stop and try to think if I had eaten out or anything, if I had gotten some caffeine, because I'm also caffeine free. So I had to make sure that I hadn't accidentally gotten some caffeine. I didn't go out and eat anything or get anything to drink. So yeah, the only thing I can think of is that it was a sinus headache. So it just took Thursday when it happened, and then Friday for the medicine to get into my body so that, you know, it went away. And then today I had scrap quilting club today. So yeah, I've been doing that all day. So we'll talk more about retreat stuff later. I don't even have the retreat book here. It's sitting on top of some of the boxes I got packed up. Darcy is here reminding everybody to hit the thumbs up, and if you're new here, subscribe and hit the bell so that you get notifications. Also check out the Facebook page, Teaquilts LLC. Make sure that you answer the 4 questions so that you gain admission. Otherwise, you will be denied. So make sure you answer the 4 questions. Sometimes people don't see them when they first get check to join the group. Sometimes it doesn't show up, and I noticed that if I go out and then go back to the group and hit join again, it'll tell me that I need to answer the membership question. So make sure that you check for that. Patricia Priest is here. Don Cunningham. Claudette Hall. Somebody's very hot in Maryland. Girl, it's so hot here, it's ridiculous. You get exhausted just being outside, okay? And it's supposed to be hot like this until Tuesday. So just know when y'all come to St. Louis on Tuesday that, yeah, you don't have to go back outside once you get to the retreat center because it is hot and muggy. My hair is just bloomed. This is just humidity because that's why I never fluff my twist outs when I take them out because the humidity will handle it just fine for me. Dee Branson is here saying the retreat is right around the corner. Minnie Dula is here. Ray Mahone, C Joy Creations, Carissa Renninger, Kim R, Zandra Odom, Kevin, the quilting says, I will be hosting online auctions throughout retreat next week. Various items of Miss T's will be auctioned off to the highest bidder. I wonder why would you do that, okay? You just come in here, you don't even say hi to people. That is so rude, Kevin. Hey, Celeste. Holly Duvall is here. Diane McCoy. Delia Castro Short. Jeanette. Hello, welcome to the chat. And Remo JS is here. Is also reminding you all to hit the thumbs up for your love and support. Take whatever we can get from you. Damali J is here. Deborah Quilts. Linda Iris Cell Lady is here. Says it's humid in Florida and hot in Florida, of course. Enjoy your retreat and have fun. Willa Mae is here saying, can't stay but popping in and say hi. Give wishes to T and everyone. Punching before I go. Have fun, y'all. So thank you. Tracy Middlebrook says, hey, T&T Quilters, I'm almost done packing for retreat and her rent is paid. Girl, don't even start. I don't even know what clothes I'm wearing, okay? I know I got my shirts ready, but I don't have anything else ready, okay? Michelle the Quilter. Can't wait to see photos and videos from retreat. Please rest now as much as possible. Hope you have a... Girl, if I rest now, they ain't getting nothing because I had scrap club today. I got... tomorrow I have... housewarming for my niece, and then I need to go to Walmart to get a few last minute things or some store, and I also need a couple of storage containers because I don't put so much stuff in stuff. I don't even have room to pack my own stuff, okay? So I almost need storage containers now just to sort what's not been taken to retreat, except that I do need one item to take my stuff to retreat. So yeah, it's a lot. And then I'm hoping I have time to make a cake. Kevin did bring me plenty of eggs today to make cake. So thank you, Kevin, for the eggs. And I still got to go to the store and get cake supplies. You know, the stuff I need to make the cake, okay? Yeah. And now that I think about it, yeah, it's a whole lot. Let's see. Many want to know if, Kevin, if you are going to be up for bid. Ha ha. Yes, he will be. If he puts my stuff up for sale, he's going up. Melissa LePage is here. Elaine Doucette. And Sue says she went up to the retreat center. Jennifer took Jason today because he can't be late, so he need to get his little self there. Elaine saying, have a wonderful retreat. I will be sure to tune in. That's Minnie. Oh. Yeah, the nice thing is on the first day, which is Tuesday, they're saying that hopefully that'll be the last day. We don't have to go out on Tuesday. Hopefully on Wednesday it's not as hot, but we shall see. Bring a sun hat or something like that. I always just bring a sun or rain hat so that I have something at least covering my forehead so I don't get a sun headache. So if you got something like that, bring it. If not, we'll figure it out. The bus, but mostly it's going to be taking you inside, but there is, I think our first store, we should get there at 9, so it's not like it's gonna, the sun's gonna be up, of course, but it's not the hottest part of the day. I had asked her to do something for us, so she was, and that probably would be outside. So, but yeah, but we're gonna figure it out. Remo is packing her stuff. Brenda Foley is here saying hello. Shelly S is here. And Brenda says she just finished her pillowcases. We got people still working on their blocks, girl, on their signature blocks here. So we trying to get everybody in the... Jeanette's asking me, I guess, which machine I take to retreats. If I go out for a sew day or to a class, I just sew on my very light Foff. It has one of those little weird little needle kick things every time you start, but it's lightweight and I take it and it stitches just fine. But if I'm going to a quilt retreat where I'm going to be sewing days on days in, I take my main sewing machine. So in this case, it's going to be the Bernina 770. And that's because that's my machine I sew on the daily. So if I'm going to do a whole lot of sewing, I'd rather sew on the machine that I sew on daily. Also, one of the reasons that I like the Bernina 770 is because of the large bobbins that they have. Now, I haven't wound any additional bobbins. I got 4 in here, and I'm not going to be doing that much sewing. I already have a feeling that I'm not going to be getting much done. So I'm not really worried about like prepping my machine, because one of the things that I do is if I know I'm going on retreat, I allocate 10 bobbins to cotton thread for my piecing. I would make sure that all those bobbins were filled, but I'm not going to do that. But the Bernina 770 is going, and also because other people have rented out the other machines that I would normally sew on top of that. So I don't have a choice. If I want to sew anything or if I have to demo something, I need to have my machine. I think in 2022 retreat, I sewed 2 X's on some, 2 X's on some caddies. Now last year, I was a little bit better organized and it wasn't as many people, and we're in 2 different rooms. So I just have a feeling that I'm not going to be sewing a lot. And I'm also going to make sure, that's the other thing I got to do, is go to my mom's house and pick up a cooler, and also pick up, she's got a giant cooler. You know, the elderly, honey, they have all the big stuff. She's got a big cooler. I need to ask her about that. She wasn't at home today. And then I need to also pick up her scooter so that I'm not having to walk all day, because I'm still having issues with my foot from H&M. And then yesterday, when I was feeling better, so I was up doing a whole lot of stuff, and I just stretched and strained the top part of my foot now. So I'm like, I can't win for losing, and a strained foot is not something that you could be standing on for long periods of time. Okay, so it's going to be interesting, because Tuesday I'm not going to have any choice. I'm going to have to move to, unload trailers and get stuff into the right rooms and things like that. So I guess I can scooter around after that, but it's hard for me to remember to get the scooter so that I don't strain it so bad that it hurts really, really bad where I can't walk on it at all. And that's what I'm not trying to do, because I did that the first year. Up under very thin carpet, it's just concrete, and I have a very difficult time just standing long periods of time on concrete. Sharon Lewis is here, so she's packing for a retreat. She lost track of time. Cynthia Shade's here from Chicago. Paula S is here. No, she's probably getting ready. See you Tuesday at retreat from Remo. Remo, I still got my fingers crossed for you, girl. Kim is finishing her signature blocks now. Had an entire year, but waited to now. Yeah, I did mine. When I came back from the previous retreat last year, I think when I came back and did some lives in July, I was sewing on my signature block. So I had them all sewed, but I just did not sign them. So I did not find the stamp that I wanted, but I found a stamp. I still had to do some writing, but at least I found a stamp. And I think what I'm going to do is order me another stamp because, yeah, just because. Dorsey says she's got everything packed except her clothes. They are in the dryer. I will be bringing an extra machine just in case. Yes. So good, Sue, because just in case something doesn't work. And I plan to bring, I don't know if it's one or two, but I do plan to bring a couple extra machines too, hopefully. I have to see how many I got to bring because they all got to fit in my car because I can't pack that the night before. And I can't pack that the night before, so can't put the machines in the car. I could put them in the car after the sun go down, I guess. But then, you know, we shall see. Hey, Sheila Willis, welcome to the chat. Sheila, thinking of Sheila, she sent in some snack items. You know, we just have a snack table and people just donate stuff to it. For people that's out of town, you know, it's stores nearby. If somebody run to the store, you want to get something, that's fine. If you're in a car, you can just bring something. Sheila orders from Sam's and just has it delivered. So that's kind of where we at with her. Or you can just send a cash donation and I'll go buy it. Because I still got to do Sam's. I got to get some other snacks. So I make sure we have something on the bus. So, and some more water. Holly Duvall says she started packing today as well. And Tracy is, I'm stacking my sleep so I can stay up next week. Girl. Bonita Nance is here. She's in Miami. Hey, girl. That's why she's not going to be at retreat next week. She had another trip planned. So have fun with your family. I so appreciate you for all you do for the Teaquilts things that I do. So she came to last month's retreat because she couldn't come to this one. But she came to both of them last year. So it ain't because of that, okay? She just did it. But Kevin talking about, I have a feeling the assistant is going to be giving a bunch of piggyback rides to Miss T. No, I'm going to have that scooter. I'm not even playing. Because I'm telling you, the top of my foot hurt. And then when you start walking funny, now the calf hurts, okay? Just crazy. You know what? Last year I did bring wine to retreat. And I did not this time. I had went to, I don't forget which winery I got that wine from. I bought 3 bottles of wine, but I do not have wine this year, okay? I might either, if I got time, it just depends on how much time I got. But also, this is closer to where I live, and so it's always, and I know everything on this side of town. So, it'll be a lot easier to get to stuff. It's not as, you know, a pain in the butt as the other facility to leave and go get some stuff and come back. It's a lot closer to everything. So I don't even have to go home. There is every store. So I can definitely go get something if I want to. I'm laughing at Remo talking about her husband is there. And they have gone through all he needs to do to take care of my dad. Now that's a fantastic husband right there. Holly Duvall is talking to Sharon. Sue Allen is here. And Cooper's Hawk. Thank you, Kevin. I like that restaurant because I like food, but it ain't cheap. I like good food, if it's cooked good. But it's Cooper's Hawk, and they have a winery, and they had like a red or rosé and a white all mixed in, and I bought that because I figured if people wanted a drink, then they could pick from those three. But I think it was Norma, Kim, me, Jason, and I don't remember who else got some wine, but yeah. The funny thing is, I keep telling you all that I live so close to Illinois that sometimes I'll go shopping in Illinois. The only thing that irritates me about Illinois is that everything over there, their taxes is higher because they don't pay property taxes. So their sales taxes are higher. So that's the only thing that stops me from going there for everything. And then you never buy gas in Illinois. The Illinois people that live close to Missouri comes over to Missouri to buy gas because it's ridiculous. But everything is in Illinois is closer than Missouri. I think the first stop is probably 2.5 hours out, and then we come back across Illinois a little bit. It's weird. And then to me, it's not as much driving as we have done in the past. Once you get to the first store, the next stop, we had two, let me back up. I had 4 places planned for us to visit. The second store has closed since February when Kevin and I did our road trip. And that was very unfortunate, but it is what it is. So that store has been canceled. So we had 3 stores that were kind of in the same county of Illinois that we were going to go to, and then we were going to travel across a little bit to go to this final store. And yeah, so instead we are gonna go now to 3 stores. So now I'm glad that I did schedule 4 stores, because now we're back to the 3 that we normally do anyway. It's just that 2 of them are close together. So once we drive the 2.5 hours and go to that store, then the next store is within 20 minutes away from the first store. Well, the store we was going to was 20 minutes away. So let's say less than 30 minutes for sure away to the next store. So they were all kind of in the same area in a way. It just was how you're driving to them, And then we do about another hour, 20-minute drive to get to the other store. And then it's like maybe an hour and a half to 2 hours max to get back to the facility. So I feel like we might get back to the facility early. And Remo says she'll get 3 bottles of wine. And then Remo also sent me $100 that I used to buy chocolate. So I, when you go to like Sam's or the big box stores, you buy chocolate, there's stuff people don't eat. And I noticed what people didn't eat last year. So instead of doing that, I went to the Dollar Tree and I buy just the chocolate, because that's what people want. They don't want the white chocolate Hershey bars. Nobody likes them. But if you buy the bag, they have a whole lot of them in there because nobody is buying them otherwise. So I just went to the Dollar Tree and bought whole lots of chocolate. So she donated $100 worth of chocolates to the Teaquilts retreat. So thank you, Rima. Insurance coming in the day before. Oh, y'all got Holly too. I didn't realize Holly was with you all. And Damali is saying, check my Cash App. Sometimes they don't send stuff, or, they'll send it super late, because I don't have any notifications. They're letting me know I can borrow some cash instantly. Thank you, Damali. She just donated to the snacks too. So thank you, because I still got to do that for Sam stuff. When we go on the bus, I try to get something so that, because we really don't eat until we get through shop hopping. But this time I do have it set where half the people at the final store, because she has a small store, but I have it so that half the people go eat at this sandwich shop she set up, and this quilt shop owner set this up for us. Half the people go eat, and then half the people can quilt shop, and then the other half we switch off as, you know, people are getting checked out. So that way she's not over her occupancy level for, you know, I'm sure the city loves the sales tax income, so I'm sure they'll be lenient when you're in small towns. But we just wanted to make sure we didn't put 44 people into her store at one time. She has a small store. So yeah, so that part is done. What else was I thinking? Oh, I wanted to open up some mail. We'll come back to that. I got an envelope from you, Sharon, today. Let me see what it is. Because I'm like, why is she sending me an envelope? Let's see. I have to see what it is. We lucky if we get Sharon's mail, okay? So this is also, that's why I wanted to open it, because it's also a donation to Retreat. So again, this is going to come in really handy for the snacks that I'm about to buy. When you're going to the store and you're trying to make sure that you got enough that every 44 people, or, you know, how many people are at Retreat, got the option of having it, because what if it's something everybody likes and you don't want to be that last person that didn't get it. So I try to make sure that whatever I buy, I have, you know, enough of it for everybody that might want it. And so that's really cool. So I will definitely do that. That'll be very helpful. So thank you so much, Sharon, for that. Yeah, Remo, I got that. I'm going to open it up. Hey, Quilt Gal. Minnie saying Remo had told me that her stuff from Hancock's of Paducah comes in yellow bags, but the last couple of times that I've ordered, and I've had big bags the size of the yellow bags, and they come in white bags. So they must be looking at my videos and say, we're gonna send her white bags so she can keep saying she want a yellow bag, because she keep talking about us. So this box here came from Remo. So let's open it. Oh, and also today, I don't have it in this room. If I go get it, I'll show it to you later. But Peggy had made a couple of pillowcases before, and she made 2 more pillowcases that she donated today. So I just need to add her to the book. I don't have the pillowcases because they're in the stuff from Scrap Club that I haven't opened up yet. Well, I brought it in the house, but I haven't, you know, done anything. I was so tired of Scrap Club. All I cut, I was going to press some fabric and cut. The second border fabric I bought, because I was trying to cut. We got a fly in here. I was trying to cut fabric for that African quilt, the Take 5 African Shuffle quilt that I'm working on. And so I did not, I'm getting distracted because I'm like, ooh, squirrel, you know. I was supposed to cut 2 borders, and then one fabric ended up being an ombre. And so then I just didn't think, I thought it was going to be a bit much with all the other stuff that's going on in the quilt. It needs solid looking fabrics, not something, even though the ombre was solid looking, it was changing colors, and I felt like it was just doing the most. So I need to either find another fabric or, you know, just put the border that I have on there and keep it moving. So this is from Remo. I must have sent her some African. I don't know what I sent in here that it's got her. I don't know what this is. You know, I better not just be opening stuff up because I don't know what this girl, Remo, is scary sometimes. Just a little note to say thank you so much. T, thank you so much. I'm enjoying doing the round robin with group. Sorry for the inconvenience. Looking forward to the retreat. Thank you, Rose. All right. I don't know if this is somebody's. I'm almost thinking this might be my round robin that I ain't supposed to have because we're not supposed to mail. This should have been mailed to Jason. So I'm putting this, because I'm trying to figure out why is my name on here. So I'm just not going to open this because this is a round robin. You all will see the round robins eventually. And remember, round robins should not have been mailed to the person until I tell you to mail them. So if you got any other round robins, you're holding them because we're behind a little bit. So we're trying to get everybody caught up. When I kept trying to figure out why is my name and address and stuff on this thing. Well, now I know because it's the round robin. So I'm not opening that. Those will be revealed. I'm going to have them send me photos and then we're going to talk about them in the round robin group first. And then we will put them onto YouTube so that you all can see them. So I'm not supposed to look at that. And I'm glad I didn't open it up. So I wasn't really concentrating, but I was having squirrel moments. So, and then when I realized exactly what that bag was, I'm like, that's the bag that I sent for my round robin. So you can't see that yet. We're behind because I got to give that to Jason. That should have been mailed to Jason because Jason's going to put a border on mine because it's missing a border. And Carissa, let me know, have you gotten anything from Jason yet? I'm not expecting you to because, you know, you're supposed to be working on one a month. And so, oh, she just put in there, thank you, Carissa says, I'm just waiting for the 5th round robin. And yeah, I had Rose just sat down and did them all straight. Well, Jason is planning a retreat. He's working for two quilt shops. He's also working his full-time job. So Jason's not going to be able to do them super fast. But he has received them from Rose. But he's got to just find the time to now work on them. So you should be hopefully getting your last one. And then you're just going to hold it. Do you hold it? You send it. I think you send it to me. Carissa, I think you send it to me. So, okay. So, and I saw Jason today, but I did not ask him about round robin stuff. Bye, Kim. And I think I said hi to Francis. Just want to make sure. And then when we were at H&M, I came across a company that was making personal rulers, and I use the Creative Grids 2.5 by 6.5, and then every once in a while a pattern will tell me to cut 7 or 7.5, and then I never had enough. So when I came across this company that had these rulers, I ended up putting an order in for these rulers. And I'm trying not to, I don't want to take this whole thing apart, but it looks like I'm going to have to. I was trying to keep it in the bottom half, but they are jammed in here. I'm trying not to take them all apart because I'm out of rubber bands. I got to go buy some. I thought I had rubber bands. I started using them and they were popping. Ugh. knock down my trash can. All right, let's see. Use the cheap scissors just to see if I can slide up through the hole. I mean, it's compressed. It will not move. There it go. It broke. I heard it snap up. Yeah. All right. Trying not to take the whole pack apart. So I ended up purchasing some rulers. And these rulers are 2.5 by, let me take this backing paper off so I can read it. Or it's actually the top, not the backing. It's actually, I think it's on the top. Yep. Trying to see if I could read it. And they had it where you could get it in white too. But I got the green. And it is, it's actually 8 inches. Let me make sure. It's actually 8 inches long. That's even better. I was hoping for 7.5. Yep, the whole ruler is 8 inches long. Just want to make sure, because at first I thought it was 7 3/4 when I looked at it. And what's really cool about it is that I got them customized. Isn't that pretty? So yeah, I purchased 50/40s. So if anybody is interested in purchasing these, I will have these at Retreat. They cost $15, which I thought was a good deal considering how much we just spent for the little bitty rulers that I had. So I'm really happy about that. I think that's what they cost. I didn't even go look it up. But for people at Retreat, definitely. But if I don't put it on my website, I'll just leave it at $15. But yeah, isn't that cute? Well, I'm saying that. But I like the size. Because just having that extra 1.5 inches when I was cutting with the Creative Grids, I would be just barely short of cutting off of a jelly roll for the next cuts. And so I do like that this does that. So, yeah. Okay, so I'm hoping I'm getting the chat. So that's what this is. And I think I have 50 of them, I think. So yeah, so that was a custom order of stuff that I made when I was at H&H Americas. And I don't know why I'm putting this in there. I'm putting this one in here because now that I can leave this out here. It can be my ruler. Because I've taken the backing off. So that'll just be my ruler. And put this back on here. So that was what was in the mail today. Those 3 things. I didn't think it was going to actually make it in time for Retreat. And my messages are not reading, so let me get out of chat. I see them up there, but there's nothing here. So let me go back into settings. And then I went and put the ruler on here, and now it wants to fall down. Very nice rulers. Claudette Hall said that's really cool. Yeah, I thought that was cool too, because I had been kind of looking for somebody to make some rulers, and I did find one company, and then it was like, I didn't know if I liked the actual texture on the ruler. And this is, when I say texture, it does have non-grip on the back as well. Like I said, I don't even remember what the retail price, because he ended up giving me one as a sample when I first met him at the show. And it does have the non-grip on here as well. So I like that too, without me having to put the little dot things on here. And the other company that I had found didn't do that. So that's why I went back to that. I was happy to see them. So I had never purchased the other ones because I wasn't fully happy with the product. So Sue talking about dibs on the ruler. Minnie talking about I like to add the ruler. Yeah, and Dawn says she has several 2.5 by 8, and she used them all the time, and they're a great size. Yes, because it was so many times I was cutting my jelly rolls, and they'll have you cut 2.5, and then they might have 5, and then they might have 6.5, and then I was missing if they told me to cut it was mostly like 7.5 is what I was missing. So I'm happy that when you get those oddball size and I might need 8, then now I can actually go up to 8. So yeah, I'm really happy with that. Hi, Claudette Bettis. You getting ready, girl? I need to wash some clothes. You know what? I told y'all I was washing before. Them same clothes is still in them. Don't been washed 3 times because I keep forgetting to put them in the dryer. Okay. So, Tracy, I just got a Zelle from you. I think, what are you paying for? Because all your stuff is paid and you donated already. Y'all something else. I don't know what her 25 is for. And what else? Oh, Benita's, I am not going to play with her. Talking about 2019 subscriber ruler purchase. She's so silly. And Claudette saying she'd like to have a ruler. Yeah, and keep in mind that y'all sending this stuff now, you're probably going to have to remind me that you did all of this, because right now I'm running out of minutes for retreat at this point. So I'm basically going to be doing everything for retreat. I'm just hoping that the things that I have on my to-do list doesn't seem like it's a lot. It's just a matter of going to Walmart. I got to go to Sam's because I got to go to a big box store to buy snacks. So I have no way around that. I can go to any smaller store, be it Target, Walmart, whatever else I can find. They're going to be cheaper than going to a grocery store to buy stuff. And then I need a couple of storage containers. I might can get those at Sam's too. So I'll look there for that. But so just remind me. Okay, Tracy, thank you. So she's doing snacks too. Thank you. So yeah, it's just a lot of stuff to do. Little things, because most of the big stuff is done, but I try not to do anything on Mondays, and my niece having a housewarming is throwing a wrench into that, because on Mondays I normally get everything out that I've got. Like, I get it ready so that when I get the trailer Monday evening, everything is just already out, ready to go. And I don't know if I'm gonna have everything done. I'm gonna try. If I stay up to, I don't even have the cake ingredients, so I can't even start. Okay. I cannot. I gotta go to the store. And I was gonna go to the store. Then when I got I was gonna go to the store, go to Walmart, go to Sam's, fill my car up with gas, because my daughter's gonna end up using my car for airport pickups. And then I realized I had gotten eggs from Kevin. So now I couldn't go to the store. I ended up dropping off some stuff that I had from my mom. I dropped that off, but she wasn't there. So, yeah, I came home. And when I got home, by the time I unloaded the car in the heat again, I was tired, and I thought I was really sleepy, but my body would not let me go to sleep. When I know I have things to do, my body will not let me sleep like that. Like I felt like if I went to sleep, because I did not set an alarm. I said if I wake up, I'll have the live. If I don't, we won't have a live. And my body wouldn't cooperate with that. It was like, you're not falling asleep. So, these are extras from snowballing on a project, and instead of throwing all of these away, I am just sewing them to make 1-inch finish half square triangles. I'm going to do little pinwheel blocks for those that don't know what I'm doing. I do have some that are pressed, and you can barely see them because of my finger holding it. But that's the pinwheel block that we're making. So I can't remember what the magic, I think I needed 30 and I had 22. So I need 8 more. And so 8 times 4 is 32. So I need at least 32 of these. So, but you know, if I sew them all up now, I have a bigger chance of using them somewhere over not sewing them and then just having pieces laying around. I'd rather have stuff sewed together than to have it like this. Most of the time, I couldn't do it this time because I used the Doug Lico ruler where you cut first. And so that's one of the downfalls for me for using that ruler, because when I do it the other way, I tend to sew my other side at the same time. They'll already be sewn. All I have to do is I trim them flat using like a quilt in a day ruler to trim them flat, and then I press the seam open, and then all my dog ears and stuff is gone too. So but yeah, this one was because the units that I was sewing on, I had to use the Doug Lico ruler. For some reason, I'm hoping that the chat is working, because it stopped again, but I'm not sure if anybody else has commented. I would just like to get these done to get this off of my to-do list. That's all. I will give y'all a sneak peek if it's here. Yeah. This is the block that I made, and I'm not going to show you anything else. It's part of the Teaquilts Scrap Club via Zoom project. And so I'm making my little pinwheels. And this was not a requirement of the pattern. I'm making this difficult for myself. That's all. Because that's what I do. Because I'm like, I can't throw all of that away. You know, you add up all this fabric, it's a lot going in the trash. So I try to save my money if I can. So Minnie says, I sew my snowballs into half triangles, so now I know what to do with them next. Yeah, so I normally, like, if I just draw a line from corner to corner, I'll draw another line a half inch away, and then I would sew on both lines. But with this technique, it was easier because I was not sewing, they were rectangles, and so if I cut it, I knew that that was the way it was supposed to go. So I just went ahead and cut it with a ruler. And I do like sewing because, you know, I do like sewing with the blunt ends going in when you cut with the Doug Lico ruler. I just don't like that my pieces aren't sewn together. So I pick and choose when I'm going to use it. It's mostly when I'm doing stuff with rectangles. So all of these were from, all of these little mini things I got were from working on that. And I could square them up to 1 3/4, but it's just mathematically better for me to square it up to 1.5 1 inch finished. That's a cool block. Yeah, that's Darcy. Yeah, just a little bitty snowball. Don says, wow, impressive. Oh, the other block, the big block. Yeah. And eventually we're going to be, we do have show and tell on the Zoom, but eventually I think what I'm going to try to do is get everybody's pictures corralled, and then we'll just put the projects into a video on the YouTube channel, so people that aren't in the group can at least at the end of the year or something see the project. So I'll start working on that. So by the time we're finished at the end of the year, we'll have all of it done. That's what I'm saying here today, but lately I've been working in just-in-time mode, whatever needs to be done next. Because it's so many things that I have to do. It's like I do the first thing that's due. So hi, Suzette Peterkin Denton. Yes, she says she used soles up her pieces to use in another project. And then another thing you can do with them is that you can use them for your backing, especially if you've got a lot of something, because that can be a big chunk of your backing. Say your quilt is 90 inches wide, but when you sew 2 lengths of fabric together, that's 40 and 40. So let's just say that you've got, so if it's 44, you sew it together, maybe you've got something that's 87 inches wide and you're just short, plus you need the extra around it. So you can sew your extra pieces together, add like a 10, 15, however many inch strip you need to give you that extra in the middle. And then if you're short from the lengths, you just add some other stuff to the top and bottom of that, and then you can add in an insert. So, and then sometimes I don't even center them, I make them off-centered. It just depends on what my quilt is. So I don't have to worry about the piecing being in the center when I go to fold, or, you know, being in a spot where it's going to be folded on a lot. But yeah, I try to use up the pieces if I can. It's just one of those things that I do. It's one of my things I can't stop doing at this point. Maybe in the future. And so I wanted to sew up some of these because I wanted to make sure, well, I would like to sew them all, I guess, because I just want to make blocks and then make sure that I've used all, because when I'm dealing with solids, they sew similar, some of them, but if you were short a piece of fabric and was trying to put it in, you'd notice the difference. So I'm just trying to make sure that I got all the fabrics represented. So I just want to sew them all so I can have them all ready to go. Hi, Leetta Bryan. Got to sit and chat with her today. Zandra says, I like both blocks, the little one and the big one. So yeah, I'm just trying to use up the stuff that I have. So since I already got it here, it's like you may as well use it. And this was a jelly roll project, so instead of me using the remainder of my jelly roll, maybe I have enough that I can use it instead to bind my quilt top instead of using it in another spot in the quilt, you know. So no, Minnie, I think you put your quilt, you keep posting into the Teaquilts group instead of the scrap club. So stop posting over there, girl. They ain't supposed to see stuff. Then you have people wanting patterns and stuff. That's not what we're doing. Because that is a paid for group. So I try to keep stuff that's paid for. I try not to put it in my Teaquilts group. That's why we have special groups for it. But I will, like I said, at the end of the year, I do plan to put up a video and show everybody's works in progress and stuff. So I'll start working on that. But every about every 2 or 3 months we do show and tell, so people know what, people know what you got done and stuff like that too in the Zoom. It just don't make it to YouTube. Hi, Lizette Zayas. And Dorsey is reminding people to hit the thumbs up button. She said we need more of them, so please go hit the thumbs up button if you haven't already. I would really, 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 really appreciate it. So yeah, there are a couple machines. Sue, I might have you oil that featherweight for me before the person starts sewing on it. I had that featherweight cleaned last July, so it's clean. It doesn't need to be cleaned. It just needs to be oiled. And Sue knows more about those machines than I do. She can handle that one faster than I can. There are some machines that don't get oil, like the Fofs don't get oil. The baby locks and stuff. Am I taking any baby locks? I can't remember if the Elagio is going. All that I oil on it is under the bobbin. And then the trying to think. The Juki and the Brother, it gets oil, so I'll oil those before I pack them up. So that's the other thing I got to do, is I want to oil the machines that I need to oil, and then maybe have Sue do the featherweight before whoever got it sews on it at retreat. It was put into the shop it got cleaned and oiled last year, but I haven't sewed on it. I sewed on it for a few weeks, because as I was getting machines out the shop, I was sewing on them a few weeks to a month to make sure everything was working on them. And I have one machine that's dead from water damage. That's my Singer XL1000. It's a goner. I've tried drying it out for days, and it just is not doing diddly squat. So it's dead. And I don't even know if I feel like driving across town to give it to somebody for parts, or just tossing it in the trash can. Just lazy. In order to go donate it to a shop that does Singer, I have to drive like 45 minutes. I have to go almost to the end of 270 across town. So yeah, it just might see the trash can. I don't know. We'll see. If I find, I've been holding on to it. It's just sitting right outside my door, so I don't forget it. And then every once in a while I plug it in, praying it'll work. But not lucky yet. So, but I'll strip it of all the presser feet and the bars and all of that type of stuff before I do get rid of it, because I'll keep the stuff that I can use on other machines, but I'll take off what I won't give them presser feet, and I won't give them presser feet. I won't give them the foot pedal, stuff like that, because I got another Singer that can use those parts. I got lots of Singers in my life. Darcy says her brother doesn't get oil. Your brother, you're supposed to have oil ports all up and along that thing on the I forget which one I got. I've had it so long now. Let's see. I have squirrel moments. I'm trying to search for it, but I'm trying to figure out where. And then I see all other colors, and you know, I'm a color lover. I'm seeing all the colorful apps. All right, I just put in search for the word brother. Let's see if I can find I forgot which model. I bought it in 2023 or 2022. Hmm. Hmm. I see Kathy called me too. I was asleep or resting. And when my body temp goes down, it won't, my phone doesn't ring, or my watch, it don't notify me. Okay. I thought uh hmm. I'm seeing history emails making me chuckle. It's not funny, some of them, but I still laugh at it. You'd be surprised some of the stuff I receive. Let me just search for the company. Because I can't find it by just putting in brother. Apparently, a whole lot of emails have brother in it. uh, I don't normally throw away like emails when you says you have an order, so I'm just surprised I haven't seen it. I'm in the year that it should be close to. And I put in the name of the store, but everything else is popping up. Let me take the spaces out. And then maybe that's just their email and it'll come up like that. And it says no results found when I do it like that. I hate when I can't find. Oh, it's machines with an S. Okay. Let's go. Receipt. This was last year. That's not what I'm looking for. Hmm. So it's the Brother PQ1500S. Yeah, because I forget what I even have. And then the Juki is the TL2010Q. All right, because I have no idea. Oh, they do. Hold on. Okay. So that's what I have. Yes, it does. It has a lot of oil ports on it, Sue. So that particular brother needs to be oiled. So it's been sitting. I sold on it after retreat as well because I cleaned it after it had been at retreat, and then I sewed on it for a little bit and then I put it up. So the brother went to the shop before retreat. So that's the only machine that went to retreat last year that didn't go to the shop. All the other ones, I rotated them through to the shop, including this one and this. They all went to the shop. Thank you, Sue. She says absolutely no problem on oiling that. Since she's the featherweight expert, I have to get the book out and figure out where I'm supposed to oil. It's like I can just pick that thing up and take it to retreat, and Sue can just go right in there and pop to them things. She doesn't even have to look at it. She's giving me an oil chart and everything. I still got to pull something out to look, okay? So, Sue, oil the machine, please. Thank you. Paula Santica, you make patterns to purchase at the end of for your Zoom paid classes. That's why I kind of told people to just sign up at the beginning of the year, whether you wanted to or not, because you'll get whatever is being put into that. Some of the stuff is free patterns. They're like links online. Some of them might be paid. It just depends on what we're doing. Everything that I think we've done in Zoom so far has been free online. But I have to take time and go out and search and find and pick and decide, help and assist. And so it takes my time. And so that's where paying for the scrap club, it helps pay in addition to keeping the Zoom itself going for another year. Because everything in life can't be free. So sometimes you got to pay for stuff. And I'm not somebody that loves to nickel and dime people too. So don't get me wrong, because I do the teaching. But when I do this type of stuff, and then if you're going to come back asking questions and all of that, I try to use the community to help. So I'm not the only one providing help. That's where the community stuff comes in. And so building pages and making lists and sending out notifications and all of that stuff, it takes a lot. And so I'm very limited in time. So that's the only reason I'm charging. So I'm not dealing with 1,000 people. I rather deal with those that are really interested in what I'm doing in my channel. And then it just makes it easier for me to deal with just those people than to just open it up to the mass. And then I've got 1,000 people that I'm dealing with for free. And then I'm still getting asked questions and stuff. So it just reduces that. That's the only reason I'm charging anything for the scrap club, Teaquilt scrap club via Zoom. That's the only reason I'm charging for that, is to keep it manageable. Hi, Clovis Gardner. Jacqueline Mason is here as well. I wish I was getting ready for the retreat. Everyone have a great time. That's cool. I've heard from the Mercy. We're going back to Mercy in 2026. Don't have as many spaces available. That's always the problem with Mercy. However, they haven't sent me prices, so that's why there has not been anything. But when I come back from this retreat, the first Wednesday when I'm live here, or Wednesday, at some point on Wednesday, the first Wednesday of the month, will be open. That's when I'll take registration. That way I'll come back from retreat on Sunday. It'll give me Monday and Tuesday to do nothing. And then I will open up registration for 2026. I'm going to ask for a $250 deposit, because normally you would have already had paid $100 and be paying a $250 payment. So I'm just going to ask for a $250 deposit. Make sure when I put these dates out here that you can attend, because it's non-refundable. Because once she gives me that, I'm going to be obligated to send them 25% of the total number of people attending. So it makes a big difference. So when you sign up, just know that your deposit is non-refundable, because I've got to send money to them. So when you got a whole lot of people you send the money in, those 25% adds up to a lot of thousands of dollars that Teaquilts is forking her money out in advance for. So yeah, just keep that in mind. So when I give you the dates, I send that. It's going to be listed in the Facebook group on YouTube. It'll be in the file section so that you can download the registration form. All that information will be updated. Some manufacturers of machine is computerized and they want you to bring them to oil and tell you not to. Yeah. And that's what I think is happening with like the Berninas, because there is one port in here every once in a while. One part in here I'll go in and oil, and I got that from Bernina Jeff, but I don't do it all the time. I might do it once a year. Like I take my machine in once a year and then I'll do it at like 6 months. But this time I didn't even do it at 6 months because I haven't even been in here since I took it to that guy and he got it working perfect. So I haven't even been in here because I don't want to muck anything up. So I'm going to make an appointment to take it back to him in July as well. I should have made an appointment a long time ago, but last time I called him, it wasn't that far out. So, but some machines, they tell you not to oil, and then sometimes they're oiling and sometimes they're greasing. So it makes a big difference too on which mechanism they're doing. Diane McCoy is here saying good night, everyone. Have a great night and have fun getting ready for retreat. Yay! And Sue says, I'm not an expert, just an addict. You're an expert enough over me, girl. And Sue says she's going to Sam's Monday. Anything you want me to pick up? I'm going to have to go because I'm going to need some storage containers. So I'm already going to have to go to Sam's. So I got to make a trip between now and Monday. So I'll just go ahead and get it. It's not, I don't even know what snacks I'm getting. It's not like I have particular snacks in mind. So I was waiting for Sheila stuff to come so I know what she got so I get something different. So, but yeah. But thank you, Sue. That was nice. Yeah. I think I'll be okay time-wise. It's just I'm not going to be hanging out at my niece too long. That's all. She might be a little upset, but, you know, if I don't stay super, you know, stay the entire time, she probably won't. But, you know, she moved a few months ago, and I don't even have to bring her a housewarming gift because I had already cashed out her money to buy what she needed. So it's not like she gonna get another gift from me anyway. So she already know I gave her a gift. So I don't think she really, not that she doesn't care, I'm just saying I'm covered, okay? I'm already covered. But I do want to go see her place. And it's best to go to somebody's house when they invite you to the housewarming so you can see the place. It's, you know, you never know what condition it's going to be in after that. Not that she's that type of person. It's just that you just never know. You don't know. Might be somebody else living there. You never know. You know, you don't just drop by people's house. So go when you're invited. I was like, did she not read all my posts on Facebook about retreat? And she put this thing on the Sunday before retreat. My niece moved in December, if I'm not mistaken. I could have got a hold of her. Tracy is talking to you, Sue. Hopefully you reading. So I'm looking forward to I'm looking forward to it. almost done. I only got 2 more, but I got some extra other pieces, which means I have lost some of these other ones. But that's fine when the numbers don't match up. Because they matched up when I cut. 1, 2. I'm missing 5. And they so little, you know, they can drop anywhere. It's a good thing I don't need them all. But I wanted to sew them all so that I would have them just in case. Yay. I hadn't even looked at the time since I've been here. We got excellent time. That's 32, and I still have this many. Got 27 extra. Okay. It won't go under there. It's too fat. Trying to figure out where to put it. Oh, it's laying right here. And used a little bitty Quilting a Day square ruler where you can square them up flat. So that means I only have to cut 2 sides instead of 4. Just have to cut the dog ears off afterwards. I really don't like cutting sitting down, but you know, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. I'm gonna move that board too. Put this right here. Put this right here. All right. That's one. And the trash. Let's see. I haven't even been reading the comments. She says she's bringing a couple extra power strips. My brother has made sure I had, a lot. So I'm hoping that what we have will suffice. I got new ones from Tracy. My brother gave me used ones. I washed and cleaned all the, not like wash, but I took like Dawn dish detergent, went down the cord ends and stuff like that on the ones he had given me before. But I have not done that to the ones he recently gave me. They've been still in the car. They just been out there. So they will not be getting washed. I'm not going to spend my energy on that. But I washed the first ones because they weren't brand new. But we just going to go with it. So we we will have a lot. I just hope we have enough. And if not, I know what to do. We will figure it out. We're going to get everybody plugged in. All right. I'm gonna use this, slide this over, and we're going to the next thing. Next batch. I'll do 3 at a time. That was good. Using a little bitty mat. I tend to use appropriate size materials for the size that I'm working on. So instead of using the larger rotating mat, I'm using the smaller one because I'm working with smaller pieces, smaller rulers. Don't want to use a 12.5-inch scrub to scrub 1.5-inch half square triangle. When I first bought stuff, I bought the largest size because that was the size, whatever 12.5 was my average block size when I started, because I like sampler quilts and they were mostly 12-inch blocks. So I bought that ruler, and then as I got more money to invest in quilting, then I started buying them in the smaller sizes, or the size that I use the most, like 2.5 scrub to a lot. So I just work my little way through it until I get all the sizes I want. Because I only have this ruler. This one goes up to 4.5, and then I have 6.5. I don't have the other ones. Those are the sizes I use the most. Gesture Creative Spaces here. Get the members mark Better Bar. I don't know what that is. What is that? Oh, Better Nut Bar. Okay. I'm like, what? So it's like a protein bar. Crafting on a Dime with Shay, saying hello to everybody. Bonita says she got to make a run. Sean of Go Savvy Designs just came into the chat. And I really don't like squaring up. It's just one of those things you gotta do. I felt that ruler move. It just slid under my fingers. Did it? Oh, it's hitting this. That's what it is. All right. Good night, C Joy Creations. Thank you for coming. So Donette has some chocolates too, so that's good. Thank you. So they're gonna, you know, people just bring snacks. We'll have snacks set up. We got a little kitchen area. Yeah, I won't be bringing any chocolate on the bus trip. It's gonna be hot. Woo wee. No candy. I'm just hoping my mom's cooler is gonna be big enough for the lunches. I've asked them to give us lunches. I have not like really confirmed. I just kind of told them what I wanted up front, and I'm just prepping to see if it's done. That's all. One, two. Now, I can say about this facility, they didn't have a whole lot of, they had enough, they had 20 tables, like the 8x4. They had 20. I can say that they have gone and purchased more tables. I can give them that. So as I've been making payments, they did tell me that they had more tables. So I'm like, at least somebody is using the money to put it back into the things that they offer to the people that paid for it. Okay? I don't feel like Mercy does that. I don't know how they spend our retreat money, but they sure don't take into consideration how bad the beds are and go buy new beds. So, especially for the twin beds. That's the problem. It's the twin beds. I'm hoping these beds are going to be okay. At least they don't have a board in them. So, or the 2 rooms that I saw did not. This is the boring part, squaring up. Boring. Okay. Sister Marie's Kitchen, welcome to the chat. I don't know if you've changed your name or not, but that's pretty cool. Finally able to catch a live chat. So welcome, welcome. Kevin fall asleep. We haven't heard squat from him in a long time now. He must be snoozing. Jason's at home prepping for a retreat. He did show up at Scrap Club just to show his face. But he left early. Him and Kevin left early, actually. Kevin had worked and so that he could go to retreat, and then he was with his mom before that, so he was tired. So we trying to get these boys rested up so they can have a good retreat. I have a feeling Jason's gonna come in the door slap happy though. So it's gonna be them you never know what you're gonna get moments with him at retreat. Ugh. Okay. So it's called the Better Nut Bar. Okay. Okay. I'll see if that's the one that Sheila has, because she ordered a bar. I'm going to get one other one so they have a choice. And then we'll call it a day. Hurricane Kevin has made landfall in his studio. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. I'm just squaring up some half square triangles that were left over from a project so that I can make little mini pinwheels to use them in a project. So that's what I'm working on today. Somebody says it looks awkward watching me cut left-handed. I don't normally cut sitting down, but probably because you're right-handed. This one did not get trimmed correctly. I don't know what line I put that on, but that is not 1.5. It is bigger than everything else. I must have had the ruler turned to 2 on the other side. But that is not what I'm looking for. All right, now we got to redo these dog ears. So this is stuff that would normally be in the trash that I'm recycling. I'll show the little mini pinwheel after I cut these 3 for the people that just came in and haven't seen it. I worked on these last week, but I haven't sewed on this stuff. I was sewing on other stuff I had to do. I got the binding put on and the hanging sleeve put on the retreat backdrop quilt. And I updated it with how I needed to update it. That'll be seen in the show and tell. Or maybe you might see it before if we post some pictures, but it'll definitely be shown in show and tell. All right, for the people that haven't seen the little mini pinwheels, let me just take one out. Just little bitty pinwheels. I'm making them scrappy, but the same background. The black is actually the background, but you know, whatever. That's what it is. So I've got this whole stack here to square up. I only need 32 more, but may as well finish them all. Have them ready to go. Okay, that's what happened. I squared one end and then the ruler slid. Okay, saw it that time. And you could slide to one end and just square one end, but I don't do that. I want to cut both ends so I know the fabric's underneath the bottom, because you just never know if I sewed them and lined them up that way since they're scrap pieces. So I just put it in the middle-ish so I got something to square on both sides. All right. Whoops, I got a little hanger over here. It must have been folded up. All right. Cut these dog ears off. All right, like I said, the boring part of the job. It's like it's only 9:37. I sold one out of this job. But it's got to be done in order for your blocks to be flat. Hi, Helena Marie Carter. Oh my God. Oh, he said he got it. Because Kevin is a neat worker. But he said he's been getting stuff ready for retreat. So I've been doing that too. I was getting my main project stuff cut and trying to at least sew a little bit of a sample. So I got all of that finally done. I just got one more thing I need to sew, and I couldn't sew it on here because I don't want to spoil what I got for retreat show and tell. So that I'm, part of the project too. So trying not to show anything ahead of time, but that's what I need to be sewing on, not necessarily this project right now. This is a project I'm taking to retreat, but it's, I don't feel like I'm gonna do anything at retreat anyway. So who am I kidding? Who am I kidding? It's just that we got 2 different rooms, more people, so I want to make sure I do the rounds and stuff like that. The first day is going to be all for me. It's just going to be getting people checked in, machines, unloading U-Haul truck, or a trailer. We got a trailer, not a truck. Getting people their t-shirts because they need it the next day, things like that. So I'll be doing a whole lot of housekeeping stuff, and then we're actually having our welcome thing in the evening, because it's gonna, by the time, trying to make sure everybody is there and that I have everything sorted. So I gotta set my sister up, so we shall see. Whoops. So I had like 27 and 32. So I had about 60 of these things. So Yeah, I don't know what number I've done yet. I haven't been counting. But it's more than I had before I started. um, um, Pillowcases, we're still in the 3-something. That number is going to increase at retreat because people are going to bring, the ones attending retreat are bringing theirs that are driving. So that number is going to increase. I estimate we're going to be about, I don't know, I'm just going to guess. I'd say about 450 pillowcases will be collected when we're done. That's what I estimate. But we're about 340-ish, maybe somewhere in that neighborhood. I don't know. I didn't bring the book in here today. I'm sorry. And I should have brought it in because I knew I needed to write stuff down. Got this fly buzzing around in here again. He come back. He had left. I don't like him buzzing by my ears because I'm glad I got my hair down so it won't go into my ear. It's like, back up. And you know, in order to get them out of a room you don't want them in, you got to cut all the lights off, and we can't do that. Uh-oh. I think when I get on the edge here, it's like the mat isn't centered on here, and so it kind of tilts a little. And then I be trying to make sure I got my fingers pulled back. Go away. I need one of those zapper things I've seen people use. I've never used it. I know I'm going to cut a light on in another room before I fall asleep tonight. Because he's not going to be in the bed, my bedroom, eating me up. Make sure I cut a light on somewhere else if I can't catch him. Let's see. I have not been reading this chat. So we don't need the, well, we may not need the portable design wall. I got a design wall for each end. It's just a matter of finding a place to put it. Did anybody buy that Kevin drink cup for $500 that was on your table just reminded me. Yep, it's sold. I think it went for $501.50 if I'm not mistaken. It's sold. That's why he come in here being all mean, because his cup sold. I was trying to do him a favor. Oops, this is on the edge. It's like this thing is not centered on here. I'm the one that glued it on here because it's not something you're supposed to glue down, but I glued it down. I may have to, and I don't even know what kind of glue I used to put it, to glue it down. Probably crazy glue. But I might need to see if I can get some undo and heat and see if I can get it off of here to re-glue it or something. I don't know. It's not centered. I did not do a good job. This one right here. All right. All right. I've had enough. How many more I got? I'm such a numbers person. I have 14 more to go. Good Lord, out of 60. It's not bad. I'm just sick of them right now. And this fly. It's like, it was so hot today, so I did not even put on, because I know they're out. They're out this time of the year because it's so much rain. So I just put deodorant on. That's it today. Made sure not to put on any perfumes or, body sprays and stuff. And he's still over here trying to eat me alive. Because I'm not messing around with my sinus issues. So I was trying to make sure I didn't put on anything since I've been having sinus headaches, because I don't know what's causing it. He just flying around here just having a good time. Just went in front of my face. When the lie becomes about a fly. Oh my goodness. It had left out of here, but it's been back and it's hanging in this room now. Well, I do know that if I got 10 left, I know I have enough to do my project at least. So that's a good thing. All the other ones are bonuses anyway. I need 32 out of 60, so. At least I have what I need. But I would like to get them all sewed. Just because. It's back. So I'm back. The pesky fly. 1, 2. This is the one that's right on the edge. 2 I do okay with. It's that third one. All right. Cut off dog ears. Turn this so I'm on the other side. So that's 7 more. May as well get them done. Woo. Don's asking on doing the retreat. Will I be doing the live on Wednesday and Saturday? I don't know on Wednesday because I don't know what time we'll actually get back to the facility. If we're back, I might go live for a little bit, or if, you know, if I'm capable of going live, I will. Even if it's just for a little brief moment. But I would like to, Tuesday, if I get time, I might do a live of the facility because this is a different facility that we're at. And so I just might walk around and do a facility tour. But we shall see. Did I cut this one too little? Nope, it's right. I thought I had cut it on the wrong line. I thought I had put the line on the outside edge of the half square triangle, but I didn't. All right. 4 more. We'll do 2 and 2. Fly is back. It's like it goes out the room and then comes back. I guess it's nobody in the other parts of the house upstairs, so it's like, I'm back. And there's no food for it to eat, so I'm the only thing it's got. Well, they're almost done, so I feel good that they're done. And then once I knew I had such a small number to do, it didn't seem as tedious. So that's good. Last 2 for right now, because I don't know where the other 5 pieces are. If they show up, I'll sew them. If they don't, those pieces will go into a string block. Fabric just keeps getting more and more costly, so I'm trying to use what I can. Although, you know, you'll never know. I got a whole house full of fabric, you know. I'm over here sewing like I don't have any. I'm just a scrap quilter at heart, no matter what. No matter what. This fly went past my ear. All right. Yay. Got them done. All right. Now let's get this to the trash so we don't drop it elsewhere. All right, and we got to now do a whole lot of pressing. That's a big fly. My husband let this fly in the house. It was not in here before he went outside. Okay. So I don't need these rulers. I've been keeping like all of my little rulers in a bag recently, just in case I need them. I know where they all are. For right now, anyway. Just got to do a lot of pressing, so I'll put this up for now. Don't want to lose any parts. And that's it. That's it. So let me see who's in chat talking. All right. I can't remember the last question. Something at retreat. Okay. That's a big fly. I saw it go by. Thank you. I'm like, do you all see this? Or am I just nuts sitting up here like... Thank you, Jester. Oh. He talking about the proceeds from that cup better go to me. That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to help you out. It's like I'd sell a cup for $500. It's like they say, if somebody gave you $1 million, would you slap your mama? It's like I'll slap my mama and then give her half. You know what I'm saying? Shoot, where the money? My mama would want me to slap her for $500,000. Yeah, Don is saying mosquitoes are bad due to rain. I just don't want them to get away from my ears. I don't like it buzzing past my ears. And I'm going to take care of it when I get off of here. I'm going to try to get I got a fly swatter. I don't have one of them zap things. Oh, y'all call him Moscato. Moscato, the Minnesota. Call him Mesquite soda, I guess. Who is Sue talking to? Oh, okay. What is Sue talking about with the mosquitoes? Let's go back. I don't know. I have, like, when I'm outside, I have, like, those bag things. And I put them, I made the mistake the first time I opened it and hung it on my deck, because I have, like, plant hangers on my deck. So I made the mistake of putting them there. And then the flies came to that. So that meant all the flies were on the deck. So what I did then was I took them and started putting them in the neighboring trees that hang into my yard. And then they all go over to the trees now, so they stay off my deck. But I haven't put them outside yet because we haven't been outside. I mean, it went from rain to heat wave. You know, the Midwest is something else. That's all I can say. Let me go back down to the bottom. I'm about ready to get off of here, so I'm trying to make sure. Many want to know how much is the starting bid for Kevin at retreat. Melissa LePage is talking to somebody else. Joe Carmel. Hi, Joe Carmel. Send this fly to California, girl. Sue talking about I've been ready for retreat. She be ready for retreat when we come home from retreat, okay? Retreat is a high, but it's also, I can sleep for like the next 2 days after retreat. It's like I'm not getting the correct notifications. Hold on. Close all. My phone doesn't have. Let's see. Okay, I think it's okay. I was trying to make sure I didn't miss another notification. It's just showing up late on this phone. That's not really, you know, a real phone. It's a phone, but it ain't hooked up to service. It's just on my Wi-Fi. So I am just trying to make sure I had everything that I need here. Clear all of this. And we're going to go ahead and get off of here because I got to get away from this fly. As I said, I don't know if I'm going to be live Wednesday because I don't know what time the bus is going to get back, although I have a feeling it's going to get back earlier than it ever has before. As long as that last shop can get us checked out. They said they got a really good system in place. They got 3 people, 1 cutting, maybe 2 cutting and 1 checking out. And they say they're pretty good and they're pretty fast with what they do. So, and I believe her because she's had a big thing in her area where I was the presenter for 2 days and the store was packed, and they got a great system for checking people out. And then at all the stores, I have offered, if it's just really, really bad, that if they want somebody to cut, I would cut. So if they needed it, I did offer my services. I have a feeling I'm not going to be needed because they know that I'm bringing a busload, so most of them are going to be prepared. And then at the small shop, the last one, there really isn't enough room for somebody else to cut. There's, it's a small shop. So there's enough room for 2 people to cut, and that's about it. But I think you all are going to enjoy it. So, and like I said, sometimes I go to shops because of the store owners and stuff. So that makes a big difference too. So we're going to go ahead and end here. I don't know when I'll see you next. We definitely are going to have show and tell next Saturday. I don't know what time. It may not be at 8. Maybe it might be at 7 because some people got to get up early to go to bed. So, but we will be here. So hang around your computers on Saturday. I'm going to try to shoot for 7 p.m. instead of 8 next Saturday, Central Standard Time, for show and tell. Another reason to start it early is because this is the largest retreat show and tell we've ever had. We've got 41 people attending. So, we want to make sure that we get it all in. So, and if I talk to people, because some people got to leave early. I got to see who that is and what time they're leaving. We may end up having to come earlier than that. So, as I said, make sure you figure out what you're going to do next Saturday, or be prepared to watch the upload, because I kind of like watching, if I was watching it live rather than doing the upload, because you can chat back with us and all of that. But it's going to be a long chat. So just know that we've got 41 people going to be doing show and tell. That's the largest we've ever had. I think before we had 31, I think, or 30. I can't remember if it was 30 or 31. So this will be the largest show and tell, because even my quilt guild had 32 or something like that. So yeah, be prepared, guys. So you all stay blessed, be safe, quilt out, and I'll see you when I see you next time. Bye. Make sure your notifications are on.